What's up, everybody? You feel this beat right here? Here we go. Hey! We about to stamp this out. So if you feel me, come on.
Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stampin' Chick Creations. Welcome to this week's video. I have a fun fold for you and I'm so excited to share it with you. So I actually did see this card a while back and I've been wanting to make it. Didn't have a reason to make it or an opportunity to make it. And then I participate in an event with some other demonstrators across Canada, and we host an exclusive event for our teams once a quarter. So I thought, what a perfect card to create for that. And then I thought, well, wait, this would be a perfect card to demonstrate for my customers as well. So I am going to share with you today how to make this card. I'll share all the measurements with you, and I will also show you the other two cards that I have designed as the same layout, but different paper. So let's get started and I'll show you the card. Let's make it together. Are we ready? Okay, so I am actually using the brand new beige color that we have. This is a brand new neutral color that Stampin' Up! Has brought out with this book. I don't know how to explain it. It's not a very vanilla and it's not a crumb cake. It's like a mix between the two. It's like the two colors came together and had a baby. It's a great neutral color and I love it. So I am using two pieces of this and they're 7 3/4 by 5 1/2. So you can actually get two pieces out of one sheet of paper, okay? So all you really need is one sheet of paper for this. So I'm gonna bring in my paper trimmer, and on the 7 3/4 side, I'm actually gonna come in, and I will post all the measurements for this as well on the screen, so don't frantically worry about writing these down as I'm talking because you will have them pop up on your screen as well, okay? So on the 7 3/4 side, I'm gonna score this at 2 1/2. I'm gonna score this at 5. And then I'm going to open up my arm here, my extender, and I'm going to score this at 7 1/4. Okay, and I'm actually going to do that on the other end as well. So 2 1/2. So I actually saw this card from Sam Calcott, I think is her name. 5 and 7 1/4. So now this card is going to be a bigger size card, so you would have to make your own envelope for it. But not a problem. You can do that, I'm sure. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold these pieces. So I'm going to do a valley, and then I'm going to do a mountain, and then I'm going to do a valley. Now, again, do not worry. If your paper doesn't fold the right way, it's paper. We can fold it the opposite direction. Not a fear at all. So valley, mountain, valley. Did I score that right? Oh, I did something wrong there, friends. What did I do wrong? I scored this one on the wrong spot. Oh, poopy. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're actually just going to rub this out. Have you seen this trick done before? If you scored in the wrong spot, you can actually take your bone folder and rub over the score line that's incorrect. And it essentially removes your score line. Did you know that? Well, ask me how I know that, because I tend to mess up on score lines quite often. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try that again. So 2 1/2. Oh, that's why I did it 2 1/4. So 2 1/2, 5, yeah, and then 7 1/4. Okay, so now that will work much better. There we go. I knew as soon as I folded it, it wasn't right. It should look like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tear and tape, and I'm going to actually line these two little pieces here on top of each other, like that, okay? Because essentially what I want this to do is kind of look like that. Okay, so tear and tape is a fantastic tool for that. And we're going to just put our tear and tape down. It doesn't matter which piece you put this on, so don't worry as long as it's on there. So you know the other trick is to take your bone folder and push down your tear and tape. And then if you take your pick tool with your piercer and just lift that up, it comes off like a dream. Don't know if anybody's ever shared that tip with you. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay these two down on top of each other like this. There we go. Okay. So once you get the scoring done, this is what we're looking for. Kind of like a bird. Just looking to make sure I scored those right. Okay, now what we're going to do is we have 4 pieces of solid cardstock. So these ones are 2 1/4 by 5. Again, don't stress over measurements. I got measurements here for you. And then these ones are 2 by 5 1/4 because everything's going to be by 5 1/4, okay? Because our paper is 5 1/2. Then we have this little piece here that is a 1/2 inch, or sorry, a 3/4. No, what is this one? This one is 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Okay. I'm looking at my measurements here. I have lots of measurements written down. Okay, so then our designer series paper is going to go on top here. And these are 2 inches by 5 inches. Okay. And then these ones here are 1 3/4 by 5. This piece is not getting designer series paper. Okay. So I am using Misty Moonlight, and this is the Country Woods paper, designer series paper from that suite. So what we're going to do is we are going to, you can see this side has got the new beige color. It's so pretty. It's almost like an off white, but it's got more of a brown undertone to it, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just really pretty. And if you're looking for a new neutral color, it's a great one. Because sometimes Very Vanilla is almost too stark, and Crumb Cake's almost too dark. So it's kind of that in-between type of a color for those moments. Okay. So I'm not putting a lot of glue on here. You can see that. With Tombow, you don't need a ton of glue. A lot of times people use too much Tombow and then their card gets wet, and then it starts to curl. Kind of reminds me of like kindergarten when we used way too much glue. Okay, so just putting those down. There we go. And then I'm going to glue these ones down too, just to make it easier. Here we go. There. Okay, so now, we'll let those dry. So now I'm going to bring in my card base. Now, our bigger pieces are going to go here on the 2 far outside flaps. So let me put my lid on my glue here for a second. So they're going to go here and here, here and here. And then these ones, the smaller ones, are going on the inside. And then this is going here. Okay? All right, let's glue. Let's glue. Okay, so this is my boo-boo side, which is actually okay because once I put this down, you're not going to see my boo-boo. So most times, you can fix your boo-boos. There's not very often that you can't fix your boo-boos. And you know, I am a very strong believer in boo-boos on handmade cards are okay, because that tells the recipient that it's a handmade card. It's not mass produced at some big manufacturing plant, right? It's actually handmade with your own two hands, which is awesome. I love this paper, by the way. Country Woods. I have a class coming up with this paper. So if you have not, or the suite, if you have not checked it out, you probably want to jump on that. Because this paper and suite is beautiful. It's one of those ones that, you know, you think, I don't need it. And then you get it and you go, oh, I so needed that. Right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So now I could use tear and tape for this little piece here, but I'm just going to use my Tombow. It's up to you what you use. This is just going to go in the center. Okay, there we go. So now this, my friends, is what your card is going to stand like. So this piece here kind of comes in the middle. These ones just kind of are like a bird. But when you go to mail it, you're going to mail it like a gatefold card. Okay, again, you're going to have to make your own envelope for this one, but that's okay. All right, so now we want to decorate the front first, and then we'll go and do the inside, which is, I know, a little bit backwards, but okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, this is the tricky part, okay? I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to place this one here, okay? So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make sure I'm only gluing on the left hand side. And I'm actually lining up the tip of my rectangles. I'm doing it in a diamond shape, but the tips here are actually lined up with the beige, basic beige, okay? And there's a reason for that. Now, don't put too much glue like I just did. Oops, the daisies. I just put too much glue on that. I got glue happy. Okay, we will take my glue remover here once that's dry. And fix that. So what I'm going to do, though, is in the meantime that I'm letting that kind of sit for a second, I'm going to take my glue dots. Let's see if I have any mini dimensionals in here. I may not. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to take my glue dots then. And I'm just going to pick this up. I'm going to put it in the center of this flower. So these flowers are from the, which one's this from? Country Birdhouse stamp set and die. Come on, get off there. There we go. And I'm going to put this flower on top. Okay. And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do this 4 times, actually. I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So Take Your Pick tool is an amazing tool for these kind of little things. If you're like me, I have very little feeling in my hands some days. So I do like to use this tool to help me. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put these back. See if that's dry. All right, I'm going to put these to the side for a second. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to redo this one again. So making sure you don't over glue like I just did on that last one. And I want to glue on the left side. I got a little glue happy. Left side. There we go. Okay, now here's the tricky part. I'm going to go ahead and put these two here. I'm going to glue on the right side, but I want to make sure that these actually cover up underneath this one. So I need to make sure those stay lined up. Okay, so you got to really pay attention to this step. So making sure you're putting your glue in the right spot. You're going to lay this down. You're going to position, and this is where Tombow's nice because you can use your Tombow to move things as you need, to where you need. Okay. And then again, we're going to do the right side. Sorry, right side. Cindy, pay attention. There we go. Okay, so my diamonds are lined up like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take these little blue flowers, which I know are hard to see because they're blue on blue. But we're going to use some rhinestones to brighten those up. So let's put a dimensional in the back here. Pop these up. Okay, so now I'm going to take some rhinestones and put some bling in the middle of that. All right, so let's see. Again, using my take your pick tool, which everybody needs to have a take your pick tool if you don't have one. I'm just going to place that in the center. Oops. The other center, right there, of my flower. Just to give it a little bit of bling. There. That is really pretty. Okay, so now stay with me till the end because I want to show you the other cards that I've done. So now we need to decorate the inside of the card. So we're going to put something here in the center. So let's get decorating. All right, so what I've done is I have gone ahead and actually die cut a piece of the beige in the perennial postage dies. So you will remember these ones were with the Lavender Suite last year, but they have actually carried over and they're awesome. So I'm so happy to see those have carried over. So I do have the Country Flowers Suite. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use maybe the teapot and these flowers maybe, and I'm going to stamp them and die cut them onto the white. I just find the white really does, it's nice to stamp on the white. I don't know how the vanilla, or the, sorry, not the vanilla, the new beige will do, and I don't have any beige blends actually. So let's see, let's go and experiment for a minute here. Okay, let's use our glass mat to line that up in a bigger block. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that, and I'm actually going to do these separate because I'm going to die cut these out, so I don't need to do them together. This is a two-step stamp, so that means I could layer these on top of each other, but I'm going to stamp them separate. Okay, so I'm going to clean that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my flower on. Now my flower, you're going to notice I didn't actually line up, and there's a reason for that because it doesn't matter for my flowers. Okay, and I'm going to stamp that there. Close up my ink. Then I'm going to bring in my colors. Now I'm going to actually use light, not smoky slate, because my smoky slate is not the best. I am looking for, oh, maybe it is maybe did I throw the other ones out? Crumb cake. Huh, okay, I don't know where I'm missing some blends. Okay, well, let's just see. I'm not going to color the whole teapot. You're going to notice. Well, my intent is not to color the whole teapot. We'll see what happens. I may change my tune as we get going here. Okay, just kidding. Maybe I'm going to color the whole teapot. I'm just going to do some shading with it, though. I need to replace some of my blends because they're very well loved. You can see this one is very, oh, can you see? It's very well worn, so I use my blends in classes and stuff too. So, and I do use my blends a lot. I love our blends. Okay, so that's my light. I'm coming with my dark. Oh, gray granite. Not sure how my colors got mixed up, but anyway, I'm going to come in here with this. Come in there with that. And then more of a focus there. And here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. That's really weird how my colors got mixed up like that. Anyway, and then that's Night of Navy. I don't want Night of Navy. I was thinking boho blue. This is light boho blue. So this is a little bit lighter than the Misty Moonlight. This is the light boho blue. You can see with the blends, when you colored with blends, you barely even have to touch your paper, and it just comes out so incredibly nice. So you just very, very light. A lot of people with markers or with the blends, they think they have to push hard, and you do not have to push hard with blends. I don't know. They're an alcohol-based blend, so you don't have to push down. Just very light touch. You'll see them kind of coming out. Okay, and we'll do this one. I'm going to bring in some Old Olive. I love Old Olive for my greenery. It's definitely 100% my go-to color for anything green. People ask me that all the time. What would you recommend for a green? My first thing out of my mouth is Old Olive. Okay, so then I'm going to put the dark into the center of these flowers, but I actually am intending on putting a rhinestone there. Okay, so Old Olive. These might be very well worn, just because I use my Old Olive. Oh my gosh, so much. I can't even tell you. So you definitely want some Wink of Stella on this when we're done as your final touch. And so what I'm going to do is once I'm done coloring this, I'm going to die cut it, and then we're going to pop it up with dimensionals and finish our card. So I'm going to show you the other ones that I made. So you have to stick around till the end to see the other samples of the cards. Wow, it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to die cut these two using our dies, right? There we go. Okay, and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. Here is my beige. Here's my flowers. Wow, look how pretty this is. Okay, so we're going to pop this all up with dimensionals. So this one, we'll put 2 dimensionals on. The teapot, we can put 2 dimensionals on. So there's my teapot. Here's my flowers. Okay, so now we want some Wink of Stella on this. So what is Wink of Stella? I get asked this all the time. What is it? Why do I need it? It's a very, very light shimmer that adds a little bit of wow to your cards. You can't see this on camera, which is an absolute shame because it's so pretty. So as you move your card back and forth, you will see it sparkle. It's not a like, oh boy, there's sparkle to that. It's definitely not that. Okay, so like I said, I'm using the Country Woods or Country Flowers stamp set. I'm just going to put my stamps back so I don't lose them. And my dies. Okay, now where did my rhinestones are? Right here. So let's carry through the theme of the rhinestones onto the flowers here. Okay. Beautiful. Now, what are we doing here? So now we're going to bring in our card. We are going to place this about here. And we're going to put it on dimensional. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place my dimensionals here, here. I'm going to actually do 3. Normally I would do 2, but I'm going to do 3 on this one just to make sure that it stays. There we go. Beautiful. So this is the finished card. So it opens like this. They're going to open it and it will open like this. So when you see it, it's just like that. So where are you going to write your sentiment or your words, your whatever? You're going to place it on the back. Okay. So not anything shocking. That turned out really pretty, actually. All right. So you want to see the other cards that I made? This was my very first original card. So this uses flowers what is this called? Flowers of Beauty. Okay, and then this is the inside of this one, which stands up really gorgeous. So this is definitely a piece of art for your friends when you give them to them. And then this was the other one that I did. It was same paper, monochromatic though. Feel Better Soon, I think would make a really great, bright, cheery card for somebody. Right? So, I hope you love those cards. If you have any questions, or if you would like me to do a specific style card, please message me and let me know. I would love to help you out. I'd love to continue doing videos, so just let me know what you'd like to see and we'll go from there. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you're having a great day and we'll chat very soon. Bye.